Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tay. This is the Nfluence channel. We focus on growing our relationship with God, our relationship with self, and our relationship with people. And today, I'm getting into a reaction video of a father. He kicks his daughter out the crib. So let's keep in mind the question: when is the right time, if ever, to kick your child out the house? Let's get into it.
I'm not going to keep doing this same thing in my house. You have to get out my house. I'm sorry, I don't know where you're going to go, but you can call your mama and ask her, can you come back
You
down?
already know she don't want me with her, so why would you even...
I don't care. You keep doing the same thing. You keep doing the same thing. I send you to school, you ditch your school. You steady calling these little boys. I
don't even talk to nobody.
Look, I told you to stay away from these little boys. We're not going to keep doing this. I'm not going over this no more with you. You have to get your stuff and get out my house.
Right.
Yes, you have to figure it out. You got to figure it out. I'm tired. Call your mama right now. Call your mom. See, that's your problem. That's your problem right now. Your attitude. You're only 14 years old. Call your mama. Yeah. Call your mama right now. You got to get out my house. I'm done. You too grown. You're only 14 years old. You steady doing the same thing. I found weed in your room.
That wasn't even mine.
Who weed was it?
You know my friend was over here last time.
That's your problem. You hanging out with these little fast-ass little girls.
I told her not to bring it in here.
No, you steady lying. That's your problem. You need to stop lying and go to school. All I asked you to do was go to school. I buy you everything you want. And you steady crying for what? All you got to do is do the right thing. But pack your stuff and get out of my house. You can leave now.
Listen, let's get into it. I know, whether it's a skit or not, I know that's a tough decision to make. But I'm going to tell y'all a story of what I went through. So when I was younger, y'all know the saying, be home before the street lights get on. That's like when you real young. But I probably was in middle school maybe. And I wasn't home by the time the street light got on. And it was like an hour or so after the street light got on. So when I finally go up, tell my friends, yo, I'm going out. I'm going home. I'm going to catch up with y'all later. I get in the crib. My mom is like, yo, where have you been? You have not answered your phone. And your father's outside looking for you. I'm like, dang. My dad comes home. And he's like, yo. And it's a real simple conversation. And he's really just trying to tell me, this is for your safety. This is why I'm telling you to do this. My father used to be a cop, so he took that stuff very serious. Obviously, he was also my dad. So he saw a lot of these situations go bad, and he didn't want me to be another statistic. He tried to ensure that I was hanging around the right people, I had the right influences around me, and all of that. Also goes into Nfluence brand, you feel me? Got t-shirts available, beanies, hoodies. Y'all let me know if y'all want that. We have a simple conversation. He's like, yo, just don't do that no more. I get past it. Sometime later on down the line, now I'm out in the street with my cousin and a couple of his friends and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to fit in type stuff. So I'm rolling with him. And try to get home. Put the key in the door, boom, boom, open it, keychain. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I'm pushing it. I'm like, yo, ring the doorbell. Yo, what's going on? Close the door. I'm like, maybe, let me just wait for them to come. Maybe they heard me. They'll move the keychain. So finally, I hear my dad. He coming to the door. Keychain is still on it. He opened it up. Who's this? I said, yo, stop playing. Like, come on, yo, it's me. Stop. Like, why you got the keychain on the door? Let me in. I've been out here for a little minute. Nah, you want to be grown, right? You don't want to check in with people, right? I didn't tell him what I was doing. And no, it wasn't late at night, but the point was still, if you about to do something, let me know where you at. Because if anything happens to you, I need to know where to direct the police. Yeah, so I'm sitting in the hall, and he's like, yeah, you want to be grown, right? So you could go back outside, go back with them little friends, and you figure out what you going to do. Close the door right on me. And I'm sitting there like, yo, what just happened? Like, you really... Wow, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you really blowing it out of proportion. And saying that in my head, of course. So I go back downstairs, go to find my cousin or find my friends and stuff. Nowhere to be found. So now I'm sitting in the schoolyard trying to figure out what am I doing. I try to come back up. Still not opening the door. So I sit in the hallway of my apartment building, waiting and waiting and waiting. Changed me for the better. And yo, what I've come to learn is your children need to fear something. Because if they don't, they will go out here thinking there's nothing to fear. Thinking there's no consequences for their actions. And parents, we really got to think of it this way too. If your children won't listen to you, who are they going to listen to? Because at least when they mess up with you, you can correct it. You could give grace. You can forgive and move on. You go out here and you say the wrong things, or you put your hands on somebody or whatever, and they put the beats on you, you're going to feel that consequence real quick. Or you hanging around the wrong people, kind of like what the father's talking about in this joint. You hanging around the wrong people. You chasing these little boys around. You got weed in the house, which was brought in apparently by a friend. You ditching school, because ain't nobody ditching school by themselves. So you probably hanging around these friends again. They won't listen to you when they in the pen, when they behind the cell and they in the cell. They gonna listen to them then. Wake up at this point. You eat at this point. You go to sleep at this point. You go in the yard at this point. Everything that they do is monitored, and everything that they do, they got to get permission to do. So you're going to listen to authority some way or another. So you might as well start by having that respect, that reverence for your parents. The Bible tells children and instructs us to honor thy parents so your days on this earth will be long. Now, some parents, and it's kind of controversial where, some kids, they are in some rough households where the parents, some children feel, or some people who even are older and they like, how do I even honor my parents when they aren't honorable? They did this to me. They disowned me. They did whatever. They kicked me out. Yada, yada, yada. They divorced, and then this, that, and the third happened. My dad did this to my mom. My mom did this to my dad. I can't forgive them. How am I supposed to honor them with what they did? But the Bible never put conditions on that. And I think the issue also is sometimes us as parents too lenient, too soft. There's parents out here who really think they friends with their child. I don't agree with that at all. We are not equals. Like there's some parents, like my parents made it abundantly clear, we are not your friends. And the Bible says, raise up a child in the way that they should walk, so when they are older, they will not depart. It's your job as a parent to raise them up. Being friends, being cool with your child, that's all like pluses. But that's not the objective. And some parents may have a child where all of this stuff that in this video the girl is doing, the daughter is doing, your son might be doing, or your daughter might be doing. And that's one thing I used to love about Beyond Scared Straight. These kids really think they running stuff. They really think they the big bad wolf. Then they go in the cell, they go in these jails, and they are around people in prison. Then they come home, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like that no more. That's the type of stuff kids need, because they honestly don't fear anything. They think there's no consequences for their actions. And so the Bible says, this is one, Proverbs 13:24. He who spares his rod hates his son, but he who loves him disciplines him promptly. Hebrews 12:11. Now no chastening seems to be joyful for the present, but painful. Nevertheless, afterward it yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. Proverbs 23. 13-15. Do not withhold correction from a child, for if you beat him with a rod, he will not die. You shall beat him with a rod and deliver his soul from hell. Now, some people may think that's child abuse. Oh, you shouldn't put your hands on your kid, yada, yada, yada. But majority of the lessons that we learn in life come from what? Pain, suffering. And because you went through that, and your heart and your mind, I don't want to deal with that again. I'm a course correct. You only learn the stove was hot by what? Even though your parents tell you don't touch it, you ain't gonna listen. Ooh, what's this? Ah! Won't do it again. But your disobedience, your rebellion cost you pain. So I think that what the father's doing is standing on business. My dad had to stand on business. If your kids don't fear nothing, It's going to show up later on in their life. They're going to be acting a fool in the streets. They going to act a fool with you. Because clearly they don't honor, they don't respect you. And like he said, I buy you everything you want. I give you simple rules and you're not following it. So go back to your mother's house. And then the girl saying, oh, you already know my mother don't want me. So your mother don't want you. I clearly take you in and you still don't show me no respect. Off that alone, you should at least be showing me some respect when I'm telling you to do X, Y, Z. So now since you want to be grown, go be grown. Get out. Go figure it out. And most times, I'm willing to bet a child is going to quickly realize, I ain't ready for that. My bad, Mom. My bad, Dad. What you want me? Let me go ahead and take this trash out. And I always joked with my wife, like, yo, if as a child you didn't threaten to pack your stuff and leave, your parents didn't do it right. I remember one time I started packing my bags. Yo, Dad, I'm out. I'm done. I'm out. He's like, yeah. Sat by my bedroom door. I'm packing the stuff up. Whoa. What are you doing? Yo, I'm out. I'm done. Yeah, I'll do you a courtesy. You could keep the clothes that's on your back on. Everything in that drawer is mine. So, yeah. I'm like, dang, man, I ain't even got no. This is some bull job. Like, what you talking about? I can't even leave. Yeah, the book bag that you packing the stuff in, I bought that too. That could stay here. I unpacked that book bag so quick and sat in my room. Like, you gotta mumble. Like, yo, kids today, they don't even mumble under their breath no more. They just gonna tell their parents crazy. Like, yo, this is wild, the times we in. So that's my reaction to the whole video. When is it right to kick your child out? When they not showing no respect, they moving around acting like they grown, yet they don't pay no bills. They don't contribute nothing to the stability of the household. And I'm not saying you got to kick them out for good, but a little joint, a little beyond scared straight, a little get out, lock that door, they can't get in, give it some time. But as soon as you close that door, you start praying. Because I know that's what my mom was doing. I know that's what my dad was doing. Because when he closed that door, when I finally got back in, he told me, yeah, I saw you sitting outside in the schoolyard. Now, mind you, I mean, you in the apartment, something would have happened to me. I don't know what you was going to do. But he knew me. And he knew I wasn't about to be outside going crazy, acting a nut. Yeah, that's my reaction to it. I think sometimes, yeah, you got to show your kids you standing on business. And the father in this video did that. Is it harsh? Is it wrong? You may think so, but like the Bible says, if you shall beat him with a rod and deliver his soul from hell. Now, this is not promoting, and I'm not a pro child abuse. Nah. But like I said, most of our lessons come from pain. So you take that up with the Lord, how you'll discipline your child. And some kids, you don't even need to hit them. You don't need to lay a finger on them. But when you address it when they kids, when they real young, they gonna remember. So then that's how you get the whole situation where when your parents just look at you, you like, oh no, let me get some act right. That don't come from you sitting here politicking with your child like it's a democracy. Making suggestions. No, I told you do X, Y, Z. Now you gotta face consequences. So y'all take that up with the Lord and pray about how you could get through to your child, how you could discipline your child so that prayerfully you may never have to kick your child out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you got to this point in the video, get in the comments. Let me know how you would have handled that situation. Let me know your experiences growing up as a child, anything of that nature where, you know, your parents actually did something that was hard on you at the time, but it ended up saving you. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn your bell notifications on. As always, this is for you and yours. Y'all stay up, peace and love, and may the Lord be with you.